Hey everyone, I'm here. You can see him here now, not the camera focused. I'm cutting some lumber out of this big stack of logs that was left by the Drain Commission. They went through back by our creek and just wiped out so many trees. And I mean, just a lot of people around here are very unhappy about it. But they left the logs, so I threw them in a trailer and brought them up here. And I'm hoping to build a shed soon. And I thought, well, if I had a sawmill, that would be nice to cut these up, get a lot of lumber out of them. I don't. I have an Alaskan mill, but my saw blade is too small. So it pinches it, it doesn't work good. So what I decided to do, I've done this before, is I'm just eyeballing these boards. And they're turning out pretty impressive. So excuse the wind, but I'm just cutting a little bit thicker than, about a 2x4 thickness, I guess I would say. And, just eyeballing them. And then I can take those and cut those on a table saw to the size I need, whether this is 2x6, 2x4, and hopefully be able to build a shed with those. So far so good. I just thought I'd share that you can eyeball lumber, for use on your homestead without having to have a sawmill. I wish I had a sawmill, but you can do it without. So I like to say functional, not fancy. These are going to be functional. They're not going to be super fancy, but they'll do what I need them to. So hoping to cut some more here, and just wanted to share that with you guys. So here's one of the logs I'm working on. And all I do is, I don't have a good camera angle of showing you as I do this, unfortunately. But I just take that saw blade, right about here, and I just go down. And I just kind of go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and I just work it. And that keeps it from, if you really dig in, that's where I seem to have problems. As long as you're doing that back and forth, and not letting that blade cut in too far, you'll get a pretty straight cut. Now, this one's not perfect. As I got towards the end of the log, it kind of turned a little bit. But for the most part, that works pretty good. And if I had a planer, I could straighten these up a little bit. But I also don't have a planer. So I'm just going to eyeball these and keep going. And, I should get 3, 4, maybe 5 more out of this log. And got lots of logs to do. So I just kind of wanted to share, as much as I'd love to have that sawmill, you don't need one to make lumber that is useful to you. Not all of, but a lot of my garden beds are actually made by just cutting some logs like this. That way it's natural. You don't have the leaching of the treated wood into your garden beds. And yeah, you might need to change it every 5, 6 years, but it's free. I mean, the gas to run the chainsaw. So, if you're needing some lumber, don't be scared to try to eyeball it. You got a chainsaw? Give it a go. Be shocked what you can do. Now guys, I know you've seen me do a review of that Hart, I believe it's 40 volt chainsaw. Don't try to do this with that. You won't even get one most likely cut. I tried a little while ago on cherry, which is not near as hard as what I'm cutting here, and it didn't even do, I think it did about 16 inches, and then it died. So this is not a job for a battery saw as of yet. Hopefully someday, because I'm sure I'm driving my neighbors insane. But hey, functional, not fancy. That's what this wood is going to be. Hoping to use it in, got some pallets, hoping to make a garden shed. We'll see how that goes. Again, you know, out here in the country, you try to do things as cheap as you can, and hopefully it works out.